What's going on, Shady People? ShadyPenguinn bringing you another episode of our Pokemon VGC, Shady VGC series, whatever the heck you want to call it. But we still have our team today. Unfortunately, we only have one win with this team, and that's kind of due to Butter. So this might be the last time I use this exact team. Plus, this ends up working out perfect because I wanted to record 3 videos tonight, even though you guys are watching this on Wednesday, probably. I wanted to record 3, and this is the 3rd one. So we're going in with the same team. I know that last game I definitely could have won. If you guys didn't watch it, go ahead and check out the previous video in this playlist. But I know I could have won it. I just made the wrong play. I should have protected with my Charizard. Of course, I could have got fully paralyzed. It was always an option to happen. But, you know, at least then I would have made the right play. Unfortunately, I didn't. So we're going up against L from New York, another person from New York. Does this thing match up like locally or something? What the heck? We got a Klefki, Crobat, Starmie, Scrafty, Heracross, Pinsir. So first of all, I just want to thank you guys so much for bearing with me. I know this is probably a harder series to watch because I'm not as knowledgeable in it, but I figure this will help me learn sets that I don't know and plays that I should have made and stuff. So I really do appreciate your support on this thing because I'm really excited to do it. So we're going to come through again. We can see a fire weakness on my opponent's Pokemon's team. Opponent's Pokemon have a giant fire weakness. We have 3 Pokemon right away that are weak to it, only 1 that resists. So we're going to take advantage of that without a doubt. I may actually open up with a Zard now that I'm thinking about it. I'm opening up with the Zard. We see both Heracross and Pinsir, which is cool to see. Definitely cool to see. Not typical. Typical. Not typical. We're going to go ahead and open up with Ambipom as well. I'm going to bring the Sylveon because I don't think, I mean, it hits a lot of things. That Crobat is there, which scares my little pants, but not my big boy pants, so we're fine. I'm going to go ahead and also go with either Milotic or Terrakion, thinking about it. Terrakion gets popped by Starmie. It even gets outsped by Starmie. Decisions. I'm gonna go Milotic. Terrakion, really thing it only really hits hard is the Scrafty, which we have Sylveon for, so what's a Callum? What's a Callum to a Sylveon? No wonder why Callum loves Sylveon so much. You want to keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Carry that with you through life if you're not already 97. Crobat and Klefki come through, which is not a huge problem for me because I feel comfortable going for a fake out Heat Wave combo right here. Should I say Heat Wave fake out? I'm gonna Mega Evolve and Heat Wave, and I'm gonna fake out that Crobat because the Klefki's really not gonna do too much to me. Maybe it'll swagger off, maybe it'll set up a light screen or a reflect, something of that nature. But I'm not gonna worry about that. That's fine. My bananas will stay ripe even if a screen goes up. It's not a big deal. Drought's gonna come through with the Charizard Y, our faded, and Ambipom's gonna snag that fake out. We'll see what this does. It's gonna do a. Why are there so many crits? Like, in all of these battles, Light Screen is going to go off, which may buy that Klefki one more turn if this Heat Wave does not kill. Wait, Inner Focus! I'm a moron! Inner Focus! I'm a moron! Don't laugh at me! I'm a moron! Inner Focus! Well, the Klefki's still going to go down. Was that a crit? It was not a crit. Even with Light Screen, that thing still gets popped. What a mollywop. Well, now we know, and I'm sure some of you guys were screaming it, Crobat, Inner Focus, Common, or what you're going to see in VGC most likely. What else are you going to see? What is Infiltrator? Are they really going to run Infiltrator? Probably not. So Pinsir's going to come through, and Pinsir and Cross? Ugh, I feel bad for you. I don't think that's going to be a fun time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, of course, go for the Heat Wave because it makes the most sense. And I'm going to scout a little bit. I'm going to protect my Ambipom instead of switching it to Sylveon. I'm curious as to which one is the Mega. Which one is the Mega? Which one's the Mega? I don't know. I would probably have to say the Pinsir, because Heracross can be scarfed and still be pretty viable, whereas Pinsir is kind of like a small boy child, and you don't bring one of those to a battle. You just don't do it. It's not appropriate. It's just not right. You know, man, it's just not cool. Charizard just screaming words of obscenity. You guys saw that. He was angry at something. I have 0 Mason wins. Yes, that's right. 0 Mason wins. I'm a true champion. Mega Pinsir. As expected. Well, as eventually assumed, I should say. Not expected. Expected is a strong word. Ambipom's going to get its Protect off, hopefully dodging a close combat from either one of those. Heracross is going to... Pinsir's going for the Quick Attack on the Zard, and that's probably going to take me out. That is going to take me out. Wow. Golly gee willikers. Close combat doesn't do much to me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Melodic, because I think I could take a hit from something. Maybe not both things, but from something. And then this makes me sad, but I think my Ambipom is my ticket to winning. So I'm going to go for an Icy Wind here, and I'm going to switch my Ambipom out into my Sylveon. I just sacrificed the cute little ribbons, because I don't think that this Sylveon's going to just... I'm sorry, Sylveon. I'm sorry. I really am. Heracross goes for the close combat on the Sylveon. I eat it. Ah! Look at that. What did that do? 7 damage? Maybe 7. So Sylveon takes that relatively well. Return is going to come through on the Milotic, and we do, in fact, live on 6. Oh my gosh, I thought I was dead. Icy Wind is definitely going to come through clutch for us right now, because what's going to happen here is speed drops, and speed drops are very important, as we can pretty much assume. All right. We can assume that the Heracross is locked into close combat. I don't think that's a safe, maybe that's not a safe assumption. I don't know. I'm gonna protect with my Milotic, because the I'm gonna protect my Milotic because the quick attack is fairly obvious, and I just have to check because for some reason I always forget. They do not resist Fairy. All right, you know what? Then sweet, we're going for the Hyper Voice. I was gonna possibly go for HP Fire, since it's super effective, but realistically, I can just go for a Hyper Voice, and we should be good, because the Heracross, if it's locked into close combat, is gonna go after the Milotic. My opponent actually quick attacks the Sylveon. I can take that. No! Wow. Wow, that was solid. That was a solid play by my opponent. I could have just Icy Winded or Scalded. Alright, now the question is there any way to win this? This is one of those moments. This is definitely one of those moments. The quick attack on the Milotic is almost inevitable. He would not close combat. Now, a fake out on the Heracross, because it's gone through 2 close combats, might actually kill it. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just try to take out this Pinsir. I'm just going to try to take out this Pinsir. I'm going to Ice Beam it, and I'm going to fake out it. And I'm going to really hope that works out. I'm really hoping that he went for a quick attack or something, and then the Milotic can Heracross can use close combat on Ambipom. Nope. I don't think it matters though. Does it matter? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. What am I doing? That's not something to get excited about. That's bad. That was bad. Darn it! Oh my gosh, I'm so upset that we lost that. I'm so upset. No wonder why Iceman did so little. I forgot about the man. I'm gonna protect here, and here's my reasoning. PP, close combat PP. If we can get him to struggle. I mean, I don't think we can win, but you know, it's always an option. I'm gonna go for the. Doesn't matter, right? I'm gonna double hit the Heracross just because I think I should outspeed the Heracross. I don't think a quick attack should take me out. I should live it. I do. Ambipom is gonna get a double hit on the Heracross, and that's gonna easily kill him. So it is gonna be a 1-0. That one really solid play by my opponent. That was awesome. That was awesome. He predicted me perfectly to protect with my Milotic. I have to recognize those moments when my opponent is gonna go ahead and predict that and do the opposite. So take the fairly obvious play, kind of like in singles, take the fairly obvious play and go with something different. But it's kind of tough and scary when you're into a completely new meta and a completely new style of battling. So now we know to watch out for that. That's really cool. My opponent won. Despite that huge, he had 3 Pokemon weak to fire. 3 Pokemon weak to fire, and he pulled through. That's either a testament to him or a spit in my face. So we're going to go in for another battle. And we're going to see what we can do. Like I said, I don't think we're going to use this team past today. Maybe a variation of it. I guess maybe Ampump's just not working out, or I'm not using it in the correct fashion. Like I said, I can't wait to read your comments and take your suggestions. Obviously, these have been bulk recorded, so I could not take them into account up until tomorrow. So we have Glalie, Murkrow, Roserade, Honchkrow, Volcarona, and Gyarados. So our Milotic does hit a lot of things here for super effective damage. Volcarona also gets popped by Terrakion. Gyarados has Intimidate. I've seen people open up Gyarados Murkrow before. He's got Murkrow and a Honchkrow. That's cute. I'm actually going to open up Milotic because just in case I can get that Intimidate from that Gyarados, that would be really, really nice. And I think with that, if we're expecting an Intimidate, we might as well expect it all the way. I'm going to open up Milotic Sylveon. Then, of course, I pretty much am obligated. This is tough. I'm going to bring Mamoswine and Terrakion. That Roserade scares me a little bit. Roserade does scare me a bit. We're going to do it. We're going to leave Charizard behind because we very rarely do that, and let's see if it works out better. Maybe it'll work out worse. I don't know. I think the next team I'm going to try to make a Water Spouting team just to see how it does. Blastoise, Water Spout, something of that nature. Maybe Raichu Helping Hand. See if that can be something that's exciting and something that's just fantastic. We have Sylveon, Milotic. Both beautiful, should be fairies. We are going to have the Gyarados on the field with Intimidate, which means Milotic is going to get the boost. So we did make that prediction correct with the Gyarados opening up. Now the good news is that we have a +2 Milotic on the field, which is awesome. The Scald is super obvious. I'm going to go for it regardless on the Volcarona. And my next move, you know what? I'm gonna Hyper Voice. Either that or I switch out. No, I'm gonna Hyper Voice. I think my opponent's gonna have to switch one of these Pokemon out. He is gonna withdraw the Volcarona, probably going out into the Roserade. There's the Roserade. Icy one would have been amazing. But we're still +2, so Scald should do a decent amount. And my opponent is Mega Evolving. The best part about that is that Hyper Voice is going to be super effective on the Gyarados now, which is exactly why I wanted to stick with it and continue going with that Hyper Voice. Gotta be honest, the Icy Wind would have been much better here. Milotic is the fastest thing on the field, though. It's a lot faster than you think, and is going to get a good chunk of damage on the Roserade. No burn. Dragon Dance is going to come through, but I don't think you can live a Choice Specs Hyper Voice. So, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. But I would be shocked. It lives on, like, 2! And that was a crit on the Roserade, which helped us pick up that KO because I don't think it would have KO'd without that crit. So I'm definitely fortunate in that regard. I will be interested to see what my opponent does with this Dragon Dance Gyarados. I'm guessing EQ. I'm definitely thinking EQ. All right, so I'm gonna protect with my Milotic. And I can't really switch into anything. I'm gonna Hyper Voice. I'm gonna Hyper Voice and see what it does. Because I'm guessing that an EQ is coming through with the +1 Gyarados. It's only gonna hit my Sylveon. It's gonna Sucker Punch on the Milotic. It fails, goes for a Waterfall on the Sylveon though. So that was a pretty solid play. +1 though, I don't think it'll pick up the KO. It will not. We'll live on 31. Hyper Voice is gonna come through and destroy both pokes. I don't think Honchkrow's living. There's no way. It's super effective. Sylveon is just a beast. I will not be getting rid of Sylveon, I'll tell you that right now. I just don't know if I'm going to possibly use a different, maybe an Expert Belt set so that I can switch up my moves. That might be something, but Choice Specs just hits everything hard. Fortunately, we still have this beautiful +2 Milotic intact. I'm going to be able to just go ahead and repeat. Rinse, wash, repeat. He is going to forfeit as expected at that point. I didn't think there was really any chance of him sticking with it. I think we're good. That was 2 battles. We did have 1 loss and then 1 win, which is cool. Both battles were pretty short, but I hope you enjoyed regardless. If you did, go ahead and leave a like rating down below. Definitely suggest something, because that would just be awesome if you guys could leave some sort of suggestion as to whether it's this team or maybe you have a whole team you want to see me use. Go for it. I want your input. You guys are part of this channel, so I'm gonna get the heck out of here and stop babbling. Have yourselves a good day, but above all else, keep it shady. Sylveon swiftly dodges. What a nimble ribbon. But there's no reason to do that because he's got minus defense right now, and that would just be silliness.